Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight, we're going to talk a little bit about something that happened to me recently. So recently, I was ghosted, like completely just ghosted out of nowhere. And we're going to talk about what I think happened. I don't really know. But, and the implications of it, what my thoughts and feelings are on it, and why this shouldn't be taken as something that is devastating, because we'll get into the reasons why. So I guess let's get into the story. So recently I went on a date with this girl that I have a history with, sort of. Last year, we met in the beginning of the year, and we started dating, and she's gorgeous, and we got along perfectly. I mean, like, we just meshed from the get-go. Our first date, we meshed. We were comfortable enough to spend the night together, our first date, but not have sex. And it was lovely. And we hit it off immediately, continued to go on dates, see each other, and actually put a label on it. We were in a relationship, and that went well. Obviously didn't go great because it ended, but we ended it amicably. Things just weren't lining up in our personal lives, and we had a discussion about it. We found that it would just be best if we stopped dating and focused on ourselves and growing and whatnot. And who knows, maybe we could revisit this later on down the line, maybe not. It was very, very amicable. And so we slowly stopped talking. Don't really talk much at all. I end up getting a new phone number, but we still have each other on social media. I don't use social media very often. So about a month and a half ago, I got a new phone, so I went to log in on all my stuff, and I logged into my Instagram, noticed I had a message. It was from her. I'm not going to name any names or anything. That would be rude and disgusting. But so I had a message from her back right around my birthday, and it said, hey, mister, how are you doing, or whatever. I forget exactly what it said. And this was now August or July, like end of July. And so I'm like, shit, well, there goes my chance. So I sent her a message. I say, hey, if you texted me, sorry, I have a new number. And that's probably why I didn't get your message. And she didn't respond for a few days. And a few days later, I get a text from her. And she's like, hey, I wasn't sure if I was going to even text you because I didn't know if you were, trying to make something up. But thinking about it, I believed you. You never really were a big presence on social media. So started talking. And again, immediately hit it off. We picked right back up where we left off, essentially, in terms of how we interact with each other. We didn't, jump into a relationship or anything. And so we're talking for about 2 weeks, and we decide it's time to see each other. And so I'm finishing up my welding certs at my apprenticeship, and I get off a lot earlier than I expected. And so I ask her, shot in the dark, hey, you want to grab a coffee? And so, yeah, we do. We grab a coffee. It goes fantastic. And then we decide, let's see each other again. So we make plans for that Saturday. It was a Wednesday. We got a coffee. We made plans for Saturday. Go through with them. We had a very nice time. I got us a nice, suite sort of room by the beach that had a hot tub, little spa, bathtub, in the room, right kind of by the bed. It was really cool. And, we went to dinner, took her to the aquarium because we'd always talked about going there and never did, together the first time. And so it goes fantastic. We used the tub together. We passionately do things that involve clothes being taken off and whatnot. And We had very good chemistry, as always. Even in the past, we had amazing chemistry in that sense as well. And it goes well. And so we fall asleep in each other's arms, essentially. Wake up. Dang, I can't believe this has to end. Like, oh my God, this is so... Fuck, I don't want it to end. Like, I wish we could just hang out all day. And we went and got breakfast and kind of tried to hold on to the moment until the moment was gone. And, during this, though, we had the talk, right? What are we trying to do here, right? And we both came to the conclusion that we want to be with each other. We didn't have to rush anything. I mean, we kind of rushed having sex, right? But we didn't have to rush anything and stuff. But that was the consensus we had come to, right? Now, I know recently she had been going through something mentally. She wouldn't really elaborate too much on what she's been going through. She had a little spat with using drugs, and she said she was doing things that she didn't feel comfortable telling me about. And I'm not one to press hard on stuff like that. Like, your business is your business. Like, you know what I mean? So, we have breakfast and stuff, and we make plans to meet again next weekend, the following weekend, and take her home. And we kiss goodbye and everything. And she, tells me, let me know when I make it home, because I live about 2 hours away. And so I do that, let her know when I make it home. She says, good, I'm glad to hear. I'm tired, probably going to go to bed. Goes to bed. And I'm, when it comes to women, I usually, I like to say goodnight, and I like to say good morning first thing in the morning, because I like to let it be known that I'm thinking about you. If, especially if we're seeing each other in that sense. Like, maybe if we're just screwing around, I'm not going to do that all the time, because I don't want you to fucking think I'm getting too attached or whatever. But I try as a man to let my interest be shown, to the woman, because they deserve that. And so, next, following morning, text, no response. Evening time, hey, I hope you had a nice day. I know you're busy, don't rush, whatever. Good night, sweet dreams. Next morning, text. Fucking goes on a couple days, no response. Got a missed call from her at midnight, and the phone rang. Like, it rang once, and then it was like she sent it to voicemail immediately, or ended the call. I called her back, phone goes straight to voicemail, like it's turned off. And so I send a text like, hey, are you okay? Like, everything good? Now I'm kind of worried, because she doesn't really do that, and she hasn't talked to me in days. And so send a message on Instagram, and she's pretty heavy on social media. Nothing. So Snapchat, nothing. No response from anything. Try calling her the next day. Phone goes straight to voicemail, almost as if I'm blocked. Well, I'm pretty sure that is what is the case. I'm pretty sure I'm blocked because it was weird. Never was able to get the phone to ring. Nothing ever got even opened or responded to. It's like she completely erased her Instagram or blocked me on it, which is what I think probably happened, because she's huge on social media, loves that shit, loves attention. Nothing's been opened, and now it's been over a month. So we went on our date and slept together the first weekend of August, and so now it's September. But I kind of got over it pretty quick. I didn't keep trying to call after the first week. I did try actually the a week later, and still it's like I'm blocked. So I just I know when to give up. And so yeah, effectively have been ghosted. And I actually this is the first time. I don't count girls that I'm just talking to and never been on a date with and stuff. They just stop responding. That ain't ghosting. That's just deciding you don't want to talk anymore. Who gives a fuck? Shit happens. You know what I mean? So that, I don't even consider that ghosting. But this is, I feel, a prime example of ghosting. And it's the first time anything like that's happened to me. Over the last 2 years since I got out of treatment, not gonna lie, been kind of a hoe. Not like seeing multiple people at the same time, but seeing a new person and a new person and don't work out, a new person, and trying, I guess is my excuse, but probably just being a hoe. But so how I felt about this, right, was I was bummed at first, but I couldn't help but the moment the realization happened that I've been ghosted, I couldn't help but feel bummed at first, but within a few seconds, relief. And I think that the relief comes from the idea that I sometimes feel like I need to make the woman happy, and if the woman wanting to be in a relationship is how I'm supposed to make her happy, especially if I really, really like her, then I will feel obligated in a sense, to be with this woman. And so I kind of felt like maybe that was where that was heading. If we were going to end up together, that I'd be doing it at an obligation and not really paying attention to what I want or need. And so this sense of relief came from the idea that I know very well I still have tons of work that I want to do on myself. I know very well that there's still opportunities I want to chase, that I don't want to have to be worried about the opinion of a significant other while chasing these opportunities, right? Like the job I have now that I got after I got ghosted, which is traveling all across the country. And I know with this girl, that ship would not have flown. And I'm the kind of idiot who might have passed this opportunity up to be with her. And so I'm very, relieved that this happened. It sucks because I'm very much an easy person to talk to. You don't want to talk to me anymore? Let me know. I'm not going to get mad. I might ask why, just because maybe if I'm doing something wrong, maybe I can learn to change for the better, be a better version of myself, constantly trying to do that. But, I came to the conclusion that I'm relieved because I'm not ready to be worried about what a significant other is going to think or have to worry about in terms of what I'm doing. And I don't feel like I'm ready to be, the best partner for somebody else, maybe mentally. So there's a lot that I feel like I need to be doing. And so I guess that's why. But in the end, here is the reason that I feel anybody who is ghosted shouldn't harp too hard on it and should do what they can to become okay with being ghosted. Because if that person is willing to do that to you, and they're willing to do that to anybody without, addressing the situation as an adult, that person is not somebody you should be with anyway. That person is obviously not ready for a relationship either. And that person is not going to cause you anything but harm and mental distress when doing something like this. And you don't deserve that. I don't deserve that. None of us deserve that. They don't deserve that either. But this is just how they seem they need to operate. And so I just figured I'd wanted to share this because I know that this is a pretty common problem this day and age with everything that we have in this world and all these dating apps and new people meet and all this crap. Ghosting's a pretty common thing. And, never experienced it myself, but now I have. So I figured I wanted to share this experience in case anybody needed to hear it or anybody struggling with maybe perhaps being ghosted recently and they don't feel good about it, because it doesn't feel good. People don't like to be just left and not explained why they're being left. A lot of people go through a lot of severe distress when something like this happens. So I wanted to share my experience and my feelings on it and why I think that if you are ghosted, you should, in that second, completely shift your perspective from trying to figure out why you got ghosted by this person, trying to figure out why they left and didn't want to explain themselves, to why it's better that they did, and that they took the steps to remove themselves from your life so that you wouldn't have to in a far more painful way later. But that's all I got, and I hope you guys found this useful. And there's going to be a few videos. There's been a few weird instances that have happened in my life the last couple days, or like weeks, months, and I've been so damn busy, haven't had a chance to talk about it. So yeah, I just wanted to share this, and I'll be seeing you guys very soon. Bye now.